2 cups equals 1 pint, and 2 pints equals 1 quart. And finally, 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. You can also read this information backwards, meaning making the units from big to small. We have 1 gallon equals 4 quarts, meaning 4 quarts fit inside 1 gallon. We have 1 quart equals 2 pints. Same thing, 2 pints would fit inside of 1 quart. And 1 pint equals 2 cups, meaning 2 cups would fit inside of 1 pint. Remember, these kind of worksheets can be tricky, but if you just work backwards or forwards and take it step by step, never skipping a step or skipping a unit type,
The liter is a unit of volume. It's a measurement of three-dimensional space. In this video, we will compare the volume of a liter to the volume of a quart and to the volume of a gallon. Let's start by pouring a liter of water into a quart container. This container holds exactly 1 quart of liquid at its top. Any amount over a quart will overflow the container. Question: can we pour the entire liter of water into the quart container? Almost, but not quite. The volume of a liter is slightly bigger than the volume of a quart. This is a quart of milk, and if we take a close look at the carton, we will see that a quart is equal to 946 milliliters. So we should have no problem pouring all of this milk into this 1 liter container. 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. Note that the quart of milk does not quite reach the 1,000 milliliter line. If you do the math, you'll see that the volume of 1 quart is 54 milliliters less than the volume of 1 liter. Now let's do the same thing with a quart of motor oil. The container says we have 946 milliliters of oil. So once again, we should have no problem pouring all of the oil into this 1 liter container. It's a little difficult to see, but here is the 1,000 milliliter mark. And here is the mark for the volume of the quart. The volume of space in between these two levels is the 54 milliliter difference. Did you know that Windex comes in a 1 quart container? Let's pour it into the beaker and see if the liquid level comes out about the same. After the bubbles disappear, it looks like the liquid level is pretty close to the level of the quart of oil and the quart of milk. Let's do one more, just to reinforce the visual in your mind. Let's try a quart of Powerade. This time the liquid level appears to be slightly lower than in our previous examples, maybe 20 to 25 milliliters less. But this kind of variation can be expected with the mass production of these products. Now let's think about the gallon. First of all, let's verify that there are 4 quarts to the gallon. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there is indeed 4 quarts in a gallon. Question: do you think that 4 liters of a liquid could fit into this gallon container? Remember that the liter is 54 milliliters greater in volume than the quart. And if we multiply that by 4, we would need an extra 216 milliliters of space, which is significantly larger than the empty space we see at the top of the container. And if we look at the label, we see that 1 gallon is equal to 3.78 liters, which is what we would expect, because as we have seen on this video, the volume of a liter is slightly larger than the volume of a quart.